Hi guys, you join me here at Lindholme Lakes today, and today I'm going to be on Loco Lake. Driving in, all the lakes are iced over, majority of them anyway. Come up to Loco, got ice on one side, ice free on the other. Definitely going to fish in where it's not iced over today, no break in the ice. As you can see, it's a lovely big lake, full of big quality F1s, loads of carp, and hopefully we're going to get amongst some of the better fish today. So I'm going to be fishing the ICM method. Reason I'm going to fish in ICM, middle of winter, Baltic, I only want little piles of bait, whereas the standard method feeders, a little bit bigger, still decent, but I just want to scale everything down with it being cold. I'm going to show you how I go about it, and hopefully we'll catch a few on the way. Nice little plop. Put the rod down, sink your line. Put it in. So it's quite important. I've started to the left of my swim. I've had a few chucks there, resulted in nothing. Moved a little bit further right, that also resulted in nothing. So I've given it probably half hour a time, couple of casts, and then I've just moved again, and I think I've found a few fish. So I'll get in the odd indication, and then I caught a few fish off of it as well. So I've caught a few off that, and then if you're getting liners, so if you are getting indications and liners, it's worth sometimes dropping back. So the fish is shorter than where you are if you're getting a lot of liners but no fish. So it's worth noting. Oh. Didn't expect it to go around that fast, but that's what can happen. Just thought I needed to tighten my line up a little bit there then, and then I saw it pull round. Bit of a weird one. So as I was saying, if you get liners, it's worth sometimes dropping short, but I think I've found where the fish are at the minute. With it being winter, they hold up in an area, and once you find them, you can have a brilliant day's sport. If you're not on them, you're simply just not going to catch them. But because you are setting little traps with the method and putting bait in, you don't want to be fanning about too much because you're just spreading bait all over your swim. So I normally do a couple of casts in the same area. If there's a fish there, you're likely to catch. If not, it's worth just moving a little bit, left or right. As I say, I've just gone to it right, found a few fish and had a few bites, to be fair. So I had a lovely day. Oh, pulling a bit of line, this one. Does he know it's winter? Look at that, lovely F1 on the yellow again. Proper chunks these. Imagine fishing 14.5 metres on pellet shallow, getting one a chuck of these in summer. Oh, hook's just come out, isn't it? Can only dream about that at the minute. Stuck it bottom in it. Oh, there we go. I'll hold him up for you, he's a bit of a chunk him. Look at this for an F1. Got all angry and his fin up. Awesome looking fish that. Pop him in there. So this is the actual hook bait that I brought with me today. Only one tub. I actually filled it up at one of the shows a couple of years ago, pick and mix on the Sonu bait stand, and I just filled it with loads of different flavours and colours. All 6 mils, as you can see, variety in there. But what's important is that I always test them before I cast out. So just put one on the hook, drop it in a little tub of water on side and see how it sits. It's dead important to make sure it's wafting and not popping your float up, popping the hook up, sorry. I know that if I use a 16 kkm with these, 99% sits right at the time, but these are odd occasion where I might have a little bit more cork dust or whatever they have in them to make them the wafters, and if it has got too much and your float sat up, it's not right. So rather than wasting time out in water, I always test it, see how it looks. As long as it looks spot on, put it into my little ICM method or my method, cast it out. just a good way of carrying lots of different options round, rather than see some people and they might carry a dozen tubs, half a dozen tubs, and you're never going to go through that many in a day. As you can see, all different colours and flavours. That's all you need. So I've got another one this time. I've rung in the changes and I've actually caught it on a brown banoffee wafter, so a bit more like a pellet, whereas the last one that I caught come on a bright yellow. So sometimes it's worth, rather than, I won't get many bites, but you've got to keep ringing the changes, and this one's been in 7 minutes now, whereas the other one were about 8 or 9 minutes, so I'm doing 15-minute casts. So it just goes to show, if it ain't, one's gone after 7 minutes, one after 9 minutes. The massively F1s in here. Oh, my net's stuck. Look at that. Another lovely fish. Put him down, I'll just hold him up for you. I've got a little bit of orange on him, this one. Oh, the hook's actually come out. Oh, into my finger, but look, it's like on a brown wafter, that one. Let's put that down to the side. Lovely fish, the proper stockies. Stocky fish even, not stockies. Look at that, holding his fin up and everything. Lovely fish that is. Hopefully getting round bite time now, so it's getting a little bit later on in the session, and we'll see if we can get a few more. Put him in net. So you've just seen, I've just had that fish, reloaded my method feeder, cast back out, so line up with where I've been chucking, so a tree at far side. Chuck that out, hit the clip, follow it down, sink the line. So I just put it on my rest, and then get my stopwatch and start it. So as you can see, that's running. Dead important bit of kit. Don't look much, but that's telling me how often my bites are coming. Just taking a bit of slack line. So I've been having 15-minute casts, so once it gets to 15 minutes I'll recast, and most of my bites have come between 7 and 12 minutes. So put that outside, literally sit and wait, just take a bit of slack line out of it and the tip, and then that's it. As good as feeder fishing gets. I've actually got another one, and this cast's only been out 3.5 minutes, which just goes to show that I haven't been doing out wrong all day. Just keep recasting, and once bite time comes, they turn up, they're there. You've got a little pile of bait where it's been going in, so it just goes to show, just keep it regular. Change back to a yellow, just to see if we could bring in the changes. And there we go, another lovely F1. Nice bend in these rods, perfect for this thing, sort of thing. A little bit smaller than my last one, but they're all more than welcome this time of year. Just put the rod down. Look at that. All little ICM methods. So I'll run you through that in a minute, just show you what I've been using and how I set it up. It's one of the most easiest tactics to use, is a little method feeder. You know that your bait's presented every time. Put him in there. Let's run you through this. So you can see just a little ICM free running with fishery rules. So the line just goes through, tied through a little ICM bead which actually fits inside the feeder. Then I've just got a 4-inch hook length, that's 0.15 power to a lasso. So I prefer lassos to bands because I just think the bait stays on a bit better. And that's a 16 kkm. So there is quite a few big carp in here, so if I was to hook anything I'd rather get it in. And then the rod that I'm using, just a Superior 10 foot, lovely soft action, and that's with a 420 centrus reel, and we've got £6 main line on there. So you can see, nice simple setup, little ICM method. With that I've just put some fishery micros with a little bit of ground bait, so I like to pack a little bit of ground bait around them just because the micros aren't really that sticky. So with a bit of ground bait on it just makes it bind. So I'll just put some of that in and show you what it looks like after. Got a 6mm banoffee wafter on. So I just cover it up, bring it out, give it a little squeeze, and there we go. It's a finished product. Been casting that probably about 40 metres. Let's give you a little far bank marker, give it a little ping, hit the clip, and then just follow it down. It's quite deep out there, so just watch it, and when it hits the bottom you'll see your tip bounce. Put it over and then don't move it. So once it's in the water I don't move it, I just put my rod to the side and down on the rest. I like to use my keep net for this. Rod there. I've just ducked into another one. As you can see, it's getting later on in session now. I had quite a few, it took a while to get them going, and then we had that little mad feeding spell where we caught a few, and then it slowed down a bit, but they're still plodding. Now we're still getting odd fish. It's a lovely way to end the session. Been hard to come by bites, but sat and waited, cast every 15 minutes. This bite was actually on 11.5 minutes, so it's worth. Because earlier I was going to leave it just 10 minutes, but then I thought it is still winter. Give them 15 minutes, and if they hadn't had it by then they won't having it. Shaking its head a bit, this one. Had a lovely day out. It's been a cold one again. I've had a cold winter really. Look at the size of these for F1s. Oh. Big boys these. Imagine what these are like in summer when you're catching them shallow. Can't wait. Gonna have some right fun this year. It's a beautiful fish is this. Look at that. You see yellow again. Been best colour we had, a couple on brown. It's a right chunk. As you can see, I've had a lovely day's fishing. Plenty of bites once I found where they were held up. Key was be dead accurate, so once I knew where they were, cast out same hole and I'd get bites. We're all about waiting, swapping between up baits, and I've had a lovely day. More than what I thought I'd catch when I first sat down, if I'm being honest. But you don't know until you get out there and give it a try. You don't know what you're going to catch on the day. Hope you've liked the video, and if you did like it, subscribe and I'll bring you more. Cheers guys.